EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, where the spirit of the late Sam Mills lives on with the pounding of the drum as we're ready for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers.
2026 Carolina Panthers.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, glad you're with us. This is the rookie Ryan Fitzgerald to do the honors. Off we go from a rainy Charlotte. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Aaron Williams. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Man in motion is Smith. Off play action, it's Stafford. He'll find his tight end, it's Kobe Parkinson. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Rams first down.
A gain of 21 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll get about 2. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle.
The tackle by Christian Roseboom. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's second down and 7. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7 yards. And it's third down.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down. They'll run the sneak, and it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough, and they convert on third down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
That's another Rams first down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They put Adams in motion. A run on first and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Lake Cora. Touchdown, L.A.
You know, it's funny, Mike. I think in conditions like this, when you play games in these elements, everyone assumes it puts a lot of pressure on the offense, and it's actually the contrary. The offense knows where they're going. They can collect their feet, they can collect their way, but it's the defense that is more of a reactive state, and those are the guys that have a hard time keeping their footing. You see them slipping and falling, so early offensive success doesn't really surprise me, and now they have the ability to play from a lead.
An extra point attempt to follow. It's up and through, and the Rams will take a 7-0 lead.
Panthers nothing.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. So the Panthers led out by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Shaky rookie year, but the back end of his second year, Greg, very effective for the man who was the #1 overall pick out of Alabama in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. Leggett in motion. Now a little pop pass. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the shotgun, Young. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete. Tedoroa McMillan was the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Young. That's taken in, and it's Rico Dowdle. They get 15 on that game. It's a Carolina first down.
That's good.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
The motion man here is Mitchell. First carry now for Rico Dowdle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Tommy Tremble, the tight end, the man he was looking for there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Here comes Smith on the return. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. On play action, it's Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
1st and 10 at the
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Stafford gonna give it to Cora. And he's gonna be close to the 1st down. Broken just a yard short of the line to gain, so that'll bring up 3rd and short yardage.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They try to run for it with Hunter. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Rams 1st down. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
It's Stafford throwing from the pistol. The outside, it's brought in by Adams.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Corum. And they'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Now run. Here's Cora. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Blake Cora. Touchdown, Rams. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked.
Mike, it's usually not a good thing when we start talking about the long snapper, but it was his error that leads to this blocked kick. So if this operation doesn't get cleaner, this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on the rest of the game.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Dowdle. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
Space on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here's Young to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's Sam Martin now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback, so the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. One quarter in the books. The Rams out to the early lead. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Second quarter now. Rams in control of the football. It is 2nd and 6 as we are ready to get back underway. He'll stay on the ground with Cora. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. They break through, and they block it.
The long snapper is going to have to shoulder this one, Mike. I mean, this one falls flat on his plate. He put his punter in a really bad spot, and he wasn't able to bail him out, and disaster strikes.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Panther first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll run without it. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second down and 3. They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
It's a gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to the coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Automatic first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Hubbard. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
One more time, it's Hubbard. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Cuba Hubbard, touchdown, Carolina.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers are on the board. It's now 13-7.
Panthers 7.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They put Adams in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good.
Stafford on target to Puka. And the Rams have a 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often, and when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
A quick slant, and here's Adams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Parkinson in motion. On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
3 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On first down, right back to Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On the handoff, this is Cora. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
That's good for a Rams first down.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Williams, and he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
He'll try to run it with Williams. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
A 22-yard attempt.
His kick is perfect. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Panthers 7.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Hubbard. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Young. The catch made by McMillan.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
15-yard pickup there. It's a Carolina first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now Young. That one's taken in right side by Leggett. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 40.
It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Panther first down. Now Young going to keep it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Young. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The Rams offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Throw, Stafford. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They put Adams in motion. Receiver in motion, headed left. On the carry, it's Williams. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's to Parkinson, open right side. And he's very close to a first down, out of bounds, right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is 4th down.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Young. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. That's the left side, hauled in by Leggett. The Panthers will take their first timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
First down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression, and at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Young. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
The Rams offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's out wide to Williams. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's caught by Smith on the right side. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Rams.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Here's Stafford. It is brought in the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
He gets it to go, and the Rams add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. Young. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Rain only intensifying now as the teams have come back out. This figures to be a wet and wild second half to come. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. To return is Hubbard. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Third quarter begins with a run. And this will be a Panthers first down as he gets up past the 35.
13 yards on the
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's second down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. A throw on the move is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
On the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Shaw Smith-Wade there on the stop.
Gain of a yard brings up third and 7.
Here's third and 7. Stafford. Open man, left side. He's got it. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
That's good for a Rams first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Rams first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They'll go again here with Williams. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He was taken down.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Stafford now on third down. That one caught by Smith. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, LA.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll push forward here, down to about the 27. Chris Barnes from that linebacker position making the play.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. It's another run here for Williams. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. J.C. Horn coming in from his quarterback spot to make the tackle.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Here's Stafford. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
The kicking team off for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Rams will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Panthers 7.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. To return is Hubbard. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. Ooh! And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. 12 yards on the game, and that's good for a quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. That is intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Now, the extra point.
For the extra point.
It's up and good. And the Rams add on to their already sizable lead.
Panthers 7.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. To return is Hubbard. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Leggett in motion. On 1st down is Young. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. The Rams have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought. Knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of a yard.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 2nd down.
Stafford now on 2nd down. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
He may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. Marking right on the 15, and the march continues. That is a 1st down picked up on the ground.
4 yards. That's good for a Rams 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Now this looks like a design run. He takes off. Give them a 12 yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
12 yards.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up 1st and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
Wow, so they decide to challenge them on the ground on 3rd and goal, Mike, and this defense answered. I think the takeaway is pretty clear. Next time you found yourself down in this situation, you got to throw the ball.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Rams will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Hubbard. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 9. Out of the shotgun, Young. Throw on the run is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Young. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again, and he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll look middle and get this one to Parkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They put Adams in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Man in motion, heading left. And some problems communicating on 3rd down,
Delay of
and
game.
that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. That one into the hands of Atwell. 17 yards on that connection. Good for a Rams 1st down.
And the Rams 1st down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. 4th quarter begins, and it's a run by Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
It is 2nd and 9. Play action now for Stafford. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Punt team headed out for the Rams. No return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get back at it. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
He was taken down behind.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Leggett in motion. On 2nd down. Over the flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw, Young. And this is going to be caught but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's taken in at the 50. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Man in motion is Smith. They'll go with Williams. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Game, offense. Still second down.
Parkinson in motion. Now a second down throw for Stafford. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. Now it's going to be third down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Short throw pulled in by Parkinson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And mark him down up beyond the 30. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 5. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
from the gun here on third down. It's Young. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Panthers first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the Rams' 25-yard line.
Second and inches. Now Dowdle. He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick 6 in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision, doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
Second and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. To the right side, he finds McMillan. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on third and 5. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Panthers! Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. The kick is good. Panthers cut into the lead a little bit.
Panthers 14.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Rams, first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On first down, right back to Williams. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. A give, and here comes Williams. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. The motion man is Nakua. They run over center with Williams. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Take him down at the 41. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They put Adams in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a first down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Williams. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's good for a Rams 1st down.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
The motion man is Nakua. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal.
One more time for Williams. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
And now with that stop on 2nd and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. 3rd and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
So it's a win for the visiting Rams. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.